Hello and welcome to the Angel Cooperative channel. My name is Liza Mariani and I'm here to do your monthly tarot horoscope for the month of December 2019. This reading is for all Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to your December reading. Happy holidays to all of you, especially for whatever religion or traditions you follow in the month of December. But this is definitely a very exciting month, a lot of celebrating, a lot of surrounding yourself with people and other, reconnecting with people who you don't normally see throughout the year. So it's a wonderful time for celebrations, surrounding yourself with people you love, but also being thankful for the blessings that you have in your life. So I do feel like that is the current theme for pretty much all the signs this month, especially we're coming to the end of 2019, which is such, it's been, for some of you, a very tough year and you're just ready to put it behind you and welcome this new year, 2020. We hope it's going to be better, bringing us new positivity, better opportunities, great energy as we shift into a new year. All right, well, let's see what we have for you guys for this month as we end out 2019. We have the Hermit, the Nine of Pentacles. I love that. Also the Chariot, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Swords reversed, which is good, and the King of Pentacles reversed, and also the Devil. There's going to be some temptations at the end of the month, so interesting. Definitely a time of overindulging, so be cautious with that. We also have the Queen of Swords as your overall energy for this month. And let's also take a look at what clarifications need to come through for these cards. Let's see what energy and also messages we're getting through for Pisces for this month. Okay, you have La Costanza, which is definitely the person who is dependable. People definitely want to be surrounded by you. Interesting. I pulled out two cards here by accident, but I feel like they are meant to be there, so we'll just keep them. I do feel like there is going to be a lot of your energy this month where you're going to be taking on this Queen of Swords mentality, where you're going to really be in a place of authority, where you're also, you're very wise. You're using your knowledge. You're sharing your knowledge with others. People are possibly coming to you for advice. I do feel like Pisces, you are being recognized this month. It is a good month for you. I do feel very positive shifts. Of course, there are some endings here coming in, but also positive movement. I do see a lot of positive movement. But just a word for caution is this Devil energy here at the end of the month. Of course, I don't feel like it's really that negative. I feel like it's more about, putting our energy in the right places and trying to remove negative energies from our lives, because of course sometimes that does have an influence on decisions that we make. All right, yes, and that makes sense. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. Of course, with the Queen of Swords, I love this card because not only does it stand for a woman of power and a woman with wisdom, she is somebody who stands proud, and she also, she's not somebody who can be fooled very easily. I do feel like that's kind of the energy that you're holding on to this month. Usually the Queen of Swords stands for an air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but I do feel like this is more of the energy that you're taking on this month, and where you're feeling pretty confident, and people are also feeling like they could depend on you because you're somebody who is consistent and somebody who is dependable and somebody who is admired and sought after. So I do like that energy, especially as your overall energy for this month. I think that's exciting. And I love how the cards are playing out for you, because I think there is definitely very positive movement coming forward. I also, before I proceed with the cards, I want to pull a crystal for you guys to see what healing energy you need to focus on this month. So let me just grab one real quick for Pisces for December 2019. What crystal do we have for them? Okay, and we have clear quartz crystal. This is a clear quartz crystal point, and I love this stone because it's one of the more common crystals. It's the ones that you see the most of, but this is all about clearing communication and also opening up your crown chakra. And also, giving you clarity, mental clarity. And I do feel like, since this is also coming in with the Queen of Swords, this is all about mental clarity this month, and really staying, understanding the truth and sticking to the truth and being honest and open, but also having good communication with others as well. So I love how that's coming into play for you guys this month. We have here the Hermit as we start out the month, and I do feel like the Hermit is more about you guys looking within yourselves, to figure out, I feel like this has more to do with how you're taking care of yourself, or even how you're taking care of others, how you're dealing with a possible health issues, because we do have the dottore here, which is the doctor. And sometimes you go to others, like doctors or to specialists, for advice. But, usually it's like you need to look within yourself. Sometimes you can pretty much tune into your own body and what it's telling you and the signals it's giving you, to listen to what is causing the things that are happening for you. Like if maybe you're dealing with, something that's creating havoc in your life, maybe a health issue that you're not feeling well, or it's something that keeps reoccurring. It's like paying attention to the signs that, and how it's what's triggering them. It could even be food sensitivities or allergies that you're not even aware of, and like understanding, like, whenever I drink something with milk, or if I have cheese, like dairy, all of a sudden I'm having this intolerance to it, and that's why I can't digest, or I'm having a problem, my stomach is always bloated, or, like, these are just an example. But I do feel for you guys, it's really about tuning into yourself without finding the knowledge from others. I do feel like this is going to help you really tune into the things that are going on within your own body. And I think that's important for you, especially this month. And I think there are some good positive changes, especially healing changes, that are going to be happening for you guys, especially when you're tuning in. And Pisces, you guys are very intuitive. You tend to be the most intuitive sign out of all the astrological signs. So for you to tune in is not as hard as it is for others. So it's like really listening to your body. And I feel like that's going to be very important for you this month. Because we also have here the Nine of Pentacles, and I love the Nine of Pentacles. She's the single woman. She's very independent. She doesn't need anyone to help her. She's kind of, self-sufficient. She does things on her own. She dresses very nicely. She's very confident. She's somebody that people admire for her beauty and her grace, but also for, how she presents herself to the world. And I feel like this is also the way that you're coming off this month. I do see here, you're going to possibly even be going out with some, with friends, or, showing off to others. Like, I guess not showing off. It's more about being around others, but there's going to be some negative influences here. It could be people who are wanting you to go out and party, or go to a bar and have drinks, and like you're not like feeling at your best afterwards. So I do feel like this could bring down this energy where you're feeling this confidence. So just be mindful of that. And I feel like this is why it came out. But I do feel like you want to continue on feeling like a healthy path. This could even be where you are, going through a new diet regime or fitness plan, where you're taking care of your body. This is more about your health more than your appearance, but I feel like it's reflecting, it's making you glow, and people are taking notice of your how it's affecting you and your body, and how you are like, you're kind of like, you're changing, like your body is taking on some beautiful changes where you are glowing. And I feel like this is especially with this card, it's like you're still hoping to continue on this path because it does make you feel good about yourself. But I do feel like you need to nurture yourself as well, and not give into like the energy of going out and like, overdoing it and overindulging and, being around negative influencers. So you keep that in mind, especially with the holidays. That happens a lot because you tend to, connect with friends, and, there's a lot of parties and gatherings going on. So just be mindful of how much food you're intaking, and alcohol or whatever else that it is that you like to indulge in. We also have here the Chariot, and the Chariot is all about movement forward. I do feel like this is you kind of taking the reins about where you want to go, and also sharing your love with others, because we have L'Amante here. It could be you charging forward to find new, possibly even looking for a new relationship. This could even be that you're taking on this energy. But I do feel like for a lot of you, this is also significant of success, and also positive movement forward, possibly in your career and the way that you're presenting yourself, and how people are acknowledging you because they're seeing you as this beautiful woman who is very loving, because you put a lot of love and heart into everything that you do, because Pisces typically do that. We are such a giving sign. I'm also a Pisces, so I know how that is. And you give so much of yourself in everything that you do, and people do take notice of that. But of course, but it creates success, and it creates this positive energy that pushes you forward into a place where that you're kind of getting more recognition, and people are noticing that. You also have the Six of Swords here, and I do feel like you're moving away from some heavier times, some troubled times, things that have held you back for a while. You possibly were in a place where you were definitely feeling like you couldn't get out of it. But I feel like things are finally shifting. Things are changing. You're moving towards a happier time. Things are going to be calmer. I feel like as we're ending out this year, things are going to definitely look up and get better. But of course, this is all destined. Like, you were supposed to go through these challenges and these struggles in order to make you the person that you are. And I feel like it has molded you into this person, but it's also given you the wisdom and the knowledge that you need to proceed. Because I feel like if you didn't have these life experiences, you wouldn't be here as the Queen of Swords. And I feel like it's important that you had to go through this. Unfortunately, we have to sometimes go through some traumatic situations to mold us into the people that we become. And of course, sometimes those situations can be pretty dramatic, and also pretty upsetting. And you sometimes have to make a lot of changes and sacrifices for yourself and for those around you as well. And I also have here the Ten of Wands, which is the end of your struggles. And I do feel like there's going to be an end to struggles with love. I do feel like love here is very much a key thing. I feel like you're going to feel a little bit more opened up. You're carrying heavy burdens, possibly from situations that have hurt you in the past. But I feel like this is coming to a close, this end of this burden, Pisces. Like, you're finally opening yourself up, and you're saying, I'm ready to create this love and create this, sense of connection that I'm looking for in my life, because I'm done with carrying these burdens and these struggles that I've had to carry for so long. And it's giving you this strength. This rune is all about strength, and, having, realizing that you have goals that you want to reach, but you have to learn from the situations from the past. These wands all carry life lessons. And I feel like each one of those life lessons, you're taking with you, but you don't need to hold on to them anymore. They're still a part of you, but you just need to release them. So I feel like this cycle is coming to an end where you're holding on to these burdens, and you're actually lifting up. You're finding yourself peace, love, and happiness now because of these life situations that have happened to you, and you're learning from them. And you also have the end of your anxieties coming in. This is the Nine of Swords reverse. This is like where your worries and your fears are, you're finally coming to an end. I feel like you're gonna be in a place where you're much more happy. You're gonna have better mental clarity. You're not gonna feel as clouded with anxiety and worry. You do have the Speranza card, which is all about hope and faith, and like really having hope in like the things that are coming towards you, because you do sense this shift in your life right now where things are changing. And I do feel like you're moving in a beautiful direction, Pisces. You're coming out of this time of darkness, and you're definitely embracing a lighter and happier time, which is coming into play. And I do feel like it's actually, you're going to be feeling some of that this month. But of course, you know, as the month comes to an end with all the stress of the holidays, you might not notice it right away. I do feel like 2020 is going to be more promising for you in many ways, in relationships and career, and just the way that you even see your life and see the way that, you know, where you've gone, like where you're going, and where you've come from. Like you've come from such like you've made some major strides this year, and I do feel like that is very true, because we have the sense of where we know what we want at this point, where Pisces are saying, you know, okay, enough's enough. I'm not holding on to these energies from the past. I need to focus on bringing in new, beautiful, happy beginnings, and happy expectations of new possibilities and new opportunities that are going to be opening up for me, and hold on to that mindset, because I do feel like that is going to come into play. We have the King of Pentacles reversed here, and this is a definitely an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You also have Il Pensiero, so this is somebody who's deep in thought. Possibly this could be a earth sign that you're dealing with, male energy, somebody who is worried about money, thinking about money, trying to figure out ways to create more cash flow, possibly even holding on to money a little too strongly, like, you know, being a little bit selfish with their money. I also feel like this could be somebody that is, you know, a financial advisor, somebody who's helping you think of new ways to, you know, look for different career opportunities, or even to which ways to branch out without spending money or without being wasteful. And this is somebody who is definitely, you know, wants to help you, but sometimes they might be a little harsh in the ways that they see things, especially when it comes to, you know, money and saving money. So just, you know, also use your own judgment here, because I do feel like, you know, as the Queen of Swords this month, you need to focus on, you know, what it is that you feel is right for you. It's great taking financial advice from others, especially people who are professionals. If this is like an accountant or an advisor who's telling you that you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, it's like you need to really tune into your own intuition here and really think about what it is that you know from based on your own past experiences, what has worked for you and what hasn't. So I do feel like there is going to be a lot of thought and consideration that's going into this. We also have the partnership rune, so this could even be somebody who you might be partnering up with, possibly in career business wise, somebody who has some great ideas but sometimes may be a little bit too conservative, a little bit too fearful about, like, you know, spending extra money or even taking risks. So I do feel like you have to also put in your half of the, you know, as a partnership, you also have to come in and meet this person halfway and tell them what your thoughts are and not let them control whatever it is that you're doing. This could even be like, you know, somebody who you are connected to with money, if it's a spouse or if it's a partner that you're also trying to brainstorm ways to save money. So of course, for each of you, I feel like it could be something different. We also have the Devil here, and the Devil ends up this month with the Fedelta, which is the the dog, the faithful companion, the unconditional love, the person who's there. And I feel like this is like you, like always giving into these negative energies, or always having to, like people have this control over you. Oh, come on, let's go out, let's do this. And like you're giving in because you feel like you have to be this dependable person, because if you don't, then they're gonna be like, oh, you're no fun, I'm not calling you anymore to hang out with you, like that type of energy. So I feel like if you don't feel like going out, don't give into this devil energy, because it's all about temptation and addictions, and also like codependent like relationships, like trying to do things, like being a people pleaser, doing things to make others happy at your own expense. So also keep that in mind. Not necessarily does it mean that you're drinking or you're overdoing it with eating, but for some of you that could be even coming into play here as well. Because it's like, you're also trying to be, you want to go to all these festivities and these parties, and you can't say no because it's like you don't want to offend anybody. So I feel like that's also the energy that's ending out the month, especially with the holidays. That's hard to say no to everything. You can't say no to everything, and you can't say yes to everything. It's like you have to know what feels right for you as well. And I feel like, with this rune, this is the strength rune. This is all about, having strength to like handle these situations. And, if you feel like you can't do it, just be vocal. Say, listen, I'm just not feeling up to it tonight. Like don't give in to these temptations or trying to please everyone, because you can't be there to do everything all the time, Pisces. So you definitely have to guard your own energy sometimes as well, because you don't want people to... it's like people taking advantage of you, or it's just that, people want you there because, they want to have fun, but it's like, it's not really something that you're into. So just be mindful of that. All right, so let's see what other messages we have for Pisces for the month of December from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And we have the Observer. And the Observer is all about taking a step back and looking at things from different perspectives, because sometimes you want to see what other people are doing, or even observing others' actions, or even trying to look at things from a different viewpoint, or even getting other people's opinions as an observer, like you're kind of picking their brains, seeing things from their perspective instead of, sometimes it's helpful to do that because it opens up your mindset so you're not so closed off to something. But of course, you don't want to let it cloud your judgment either. But I do feel like being an observer this month is going to be helpful for you, because it will give you ideas on what to do definitely in the coming months. So definitely observe everything that's going on. And I'm also going to pull another card from the archetypes. And we got Priest. Interesting. It says, you're definitely a very spiritual person. So the priest is also, it can be the priestess, it could be the high priest. But this is energy of, where you're definitely channeling in your spiritual energy. And focusing in on your intuition, and also focusing in on how you are connecting with your spirituality, whichever way that may be, whether through religion or however you do it, through meditation. But I do feel like this is it's a very important month for a lot of faiths. So this is going to be a month where you're going to be focusing in on that a little bit more, maybe even channeling in to find answers for yourself on how to proceed, asking for help, or even praying. This is going to be a good time for you to really focus and reflect on those things that are, especially as we're in this holiday season where we want to be thankful for the things that we have in our lives, but also where we need to, use this as a time to connect with our faith and connect with, whatever it is that, the beliefs that we follow and the traditions that we follow in the month of December. All right. Well, Pisces, I hope you guys have a wonderful month and happy holidays to you guys. Definitely comment below. I'd love to hear how this resonates with you. And don't forget to like and also share my videos with anybody you know who would benefit from them. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell so that way you get notified when new videos are being posted. All right, Pisces, have a wonderful month, and I will see you again in January. Take care. Bye.